First of all, here we've got Scott Hanna. Scott is the main inker for the Batman comic books.
That's correct.
And you're also doing some other comic books as well.
Right, I'm working on Spider-Man right now. I'm working on the X-Men, one of the X-Men characters called Cable.
Sure.
And of course, I did the Batman Forever movie adaptation, which we're going to have on the show tonight.
We're going to have on the show tonight, too. So Batman's really big right now.
It's gigantic.
It is
Your television station for all seasons. WTVE, TV 51, Reading.
Opening weekend, it's the highest grossing opening weekend in movie history.
I'm excited because this man is going to draw us Batman.
That's it.
He's going to. Yeah. I can't wait to see it. Got to have one. But we also have with us.
The first story is the original Bob Kane drawn origin of Batman.
Which appeared in Detective 27, and this is 627, and we kind of played with the numbers and did 227 copies.
So, what would the original? What would the first Batman, or number 27? What would it run today?
It sold for over $100,000. There have been copies sold for over $100,000
for the first edition. So this is a reprint of that edition.
This is a reprint of the 6 pages from there.
The 600th anniversary, and then you actually have other stories.
Yes. What you have, folks, is in 1960, Carmine Infantino redid the story and did it in a 1960s perspective. And in 1991, DC commissioned, again, Jim Aparo, Norm Brayfogle, two other definitive Batman artists to do their version of the story. So you get a 1940s feel, a 1939 feel, a 1960s feel, and then you get a contemporary feel of how the story would have been told if it was told today as opposed to back then. Bob Kane has artwork in this book, folks. It's reprinted, and it is your chance to purchase it.
Yeah, few people know that DC Comics is actually named after Detective Comics.
Sure.
It's not only the very first appearance of Batman, but it is the longest running continuously published comic book in the world.
Not only that, but I mean, Batman has so much history. The costume was designed after Da Vinci's flying machine. Batman was influenced by the Mark of Zorro, and even in the first issue, Bruce Wayne's parents die after seeing the movie Zorro, folks. This is such an historical character. 56 years old. Folks, Bob Kane is 72 years old. And this is one of the last signings he will do. After he signed this book, he had to get an operation on his hands because he had arthritis, an arthritic condition where his fingers, he had to get them loosened by having an operation. Folks, this is one of the last signings he'll ever do, and here's your chance to have a piece of comic book history.
You got it, folks. Right now, I'll tell you right now, there are a lot of people online. Incredible. I mean, incredible artistry. And what I like about it, too, is that as you look at this, I mean, just how the years change and the styles change.
Right.
You can actually see that in each one of these.
Yeah, another thing, Batman is so adaptable that each different artist puts his own stamp on the character. Sometimes it's got longer ears, the darker feel to it. Sometimes it's very bright. Just like the difference between the TV show and the movies, that each artist in this book actually shows their version of the character. And each one of these are classic Batman artists that have put their indelible stamp on the history of Batman.
This is great. Now, folks, continue to dial in.
Together, it just makes you want to go.
So is Scott drawing over there?
Yep.
Oh, he is. All right.
So far, this is actually a Robin piece, because I know in the new movie, Robin is very hot.
Yeah, definitely.
In the comic books, he's also been a very strong character. This one is actually John. Sorry, nobody else gets this one. This is his piece. This is a classic Batman. And you can even tell in this that I still have the obvious influence of Bob Kane, who does a very similar Bat Head. So.
That's great, Scott. Well, you can see, I mean, again, incredible artistry, and certainly I know for a lot of you out there, too. I mean, I'll tell you, man, Nick, as always, we'll see you back soon, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And Scott,
Thank you very much.
I'm very pleased to have you on the show, man. Come back anytime.
Yeah, you just want another drawing.
You're always welcome. Well, there's another room in my house. I'll get a big mural next time.
You're building.
That big 8x8 piece of paper there next time. But again, continue to dial in. So let's take one last quick look here. We want to